So I want to make this video for two reasons. One, I attended an absolutely fantastic concert over the weekend and I want to share. And two, this is an excuse for me to gush about my absolutely fantastic, beautiful, sweet, and kind 11 out of 10 bop of a girlfriend. But before we get into that, I need to at least pretend like I've done a small amount of research on the topic. You've probably all seen that Reddit post talking about sharing music with your friends. Now, in my experience, you do this for one of two reasons. One, you're an edgelord who thinks your music taste makes you superior to the normies. And two, you always have headphones on. What are you listening to? Because let's be real for a second, all of us have shared a song or two with a friend and had a mini anxiety attack based on their reactions to the song. As a fan of death metal, this also usually is the end of the friendship as I show my friends Mortician. Assuming your friends don't think you're an insane serial killer after you have them listen to Funeral Feast, you've potentially introduced your friend to a new community and given yourself a small boost of validation that you'll live off of for the next few months. Now, while I've been focused on music for the past few sentences, this obviously applies to a lot more than just music. Your favorite movie from when you were a kid? 5 minutes in, if your friends are gushing about it, you question if you had a good childhood. A video game you've been playing recently? If your friends ask to play something else instead because no one wants to spend money on something they barely know about, well, that game instantly becomes a new League of Legends in your mind. Your friends aren't crazy about your new dog? You're a cat person now. I could go on with my admittedly trash examples, but you all get the point. The second you open up about something you enjoy, your anxiety shoots up by at least 75%. But why? Well, my theory is that as humans, we are tribal creatures, and thus we view any critique, no matter how mild, as an attack on not only ourselves but on our tribe. Speaking as someone with niche interest and who admittedly gets rather defensive, I like this explanation because it helps me avoid character growth. So that's the end of my mediocrity, and onto my personal story. So a few weeks ago, I got an email from Spotify saying that one of my favorite bands is going to be performing near me, and naturally, after I stop screaming from excitement, I buy my ticket. Shortly after, I tell my 12 out of 10 girlfriend, and she asks if I'd mind if she tagged along to the show. Naturally, as a fan of extreme music, I know that it's best to not force someone to go into it blind, and I suggest that she listens to at least one of the bands playing that night, so she can decide if she actually wants to attend. She agrees, and after a week, she has a new favorite song and is super excited to go. Then the big night comes. We get to the venue, only to find that there's a wedding happening in the venue next door. Just imagine, it's your big day, you and your bride / groom / whatever the general neutral term is for all my fellow NBs out there. You're outside taking photos, and all of a sudden you see a ton of people in denim vests, covers and patches, and black t-shirts with logos that you can't read walking past. So we get in the venue, buy some merch, and manage to get some actually really good spots near the front of the stage. First two bands play, Creeping Death and Sacred Reich. They're amazing. And then happens. It's time for Municipal Waste to fuck us up. They start playing, and the crowd immediately goes crazy. Mosh pits start. Crowd surfers start popping up one after another, usually getting let off stage by event security. For about 2 minutes. Very quickly, the crowd surfers turn into stage divers, and it's magical. As the set goes on, we notice a guy there with his kid on his shoulders, going towards the front of the stage, through the mosh pit, narrowly avoiding stage divers. Irresponsible? Most likely. Badass? Oh, most definitely. Eventually, Municipal Waste plays The Thrashing of the Christ, my girlfriend's favorite song as of a few weeks ago. The look on her face was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And she went even harder than I did when in the mosh pit. It was... this isn't scripted, I just love that girl so much, oh my god. And if you're a fan of Municipal Waste, you know it's not one of their shows if they don't play Born to Party. We have a good time, we sing along, and then we make our way to the back by the bar so that we can get some water and try to have a more peaceful time for Carcass's set. I say try because a fight almost breaks out near the bar. The show ends, we leave, we spend the entirety of the next day exhausted and pretty sore, and honestly, I can't wait for the next show. Until next week, I've been Rowan, I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day. Because let's be real for a second, all of us have shared a friend. Also usually leads to the end of the friendship as I show my friends Mortification. Oh my god. Sounds like we're trying to name a Primark. Only to find that there's a wedding. Speaking of the mega cutie. I don't know if that showed up, but she just texted me. I love you, babe.